So, I have recently been playing a lot more Mario Kart World. Whenever I had a little bit of extra free time to just sit down, get cozy, and just game a little bit and waste some time, I decided to hop back into Mario Kart World. I figured, you know what, I've had this game for a very long time, and I feel like I haven't maximized my potential time with it because I just found other things to get into. But the thing is, I have always found the game to be really well developed. It's very high quality, it's got a lot of really fun mechanics, the character pool is nice for the most part. It's very strange, still very odd decisions on a lot of things. We'll definitely talk more about it later in this video, probably. But I still think that the game is generally well developed, and when you play it enough, especially when you're, playing Knockout Tour or even just like with friends or whatever, it's still a very, very good time, right? So I like Mario Kart World for lack of, better way to just simply put it. I really do love Mario Kart World. I just think that it's heavily lacking because of the content that's provided. It still feels very bare bones. It still felt like there wasn't really much of a reason to participate in the open world situation that they had going on, the world aspect of it, because, collecting medals and stuff like that, it didn't really net you any kind of rewards or anything like that. And so I just never really felt incentive to do that. And obviously, very early in the Switch 2's life cycle, it was still kind of a big thing where either nobody was able to get their hands on a Switch 2 because it was, selling out really fast, or, people just thought that the Switch 2 was too expensive and they didn't think that Mario Kart was a worthy, starting game for its price. And so I was the only one of all of my friends that even got Mario Kart World. So I was just kind of playing by myself all the time, and I was just like, okay, I've had my fill. I'm just doing Knockout Tour over and over again, and I just fell off. But now here I am almost a year later, and I decided, I wanna play this game more, I wanna enjoy it more. And I think it would be a good idea to really get more into it because, I want to, get my skills up and practice more because I know I'm going to get more into it once they inevitably finally drop that massive Nintendo Direct that we've been waiting on for ages now. That's going to give us probably the biggest updates we've seen for Mario Kart World to date, right? It's pretty much inevitable. It's almost been a year and multiple games have been released and have had DLC in the midst of this 1 year period. It is more than time for Mario Kart World to receive that same treatment, I believe, right? And so I decided, you know what? I want to talk about this more because I think I've made like 1 or 2 videos on Mario Kart World in total. I figured, hey, why not? Let's just go ahead. I just set up the mic and just decided to just start yapping, right? Because I did have this little idea that I wanted to talk about before I forget about it, right? So there's a couple of things that I would want from Mario Kart World DLC. And one of the things that I just recently thought of is the potential of a new game mode that is equivalent to that of a relay race, where essentially, you have all these separate stages. There's 24 available racers, so you would probably have it set up in teams of like 4 or something like that, and we would race through multiple, like 4 tracks, right? But it would be 4v4. Right? It would be 4 people racing against each other until they get to the gate, and then the next 4 would be waiting to race next, right? And then they pass off that baton, yada, yada, yada. Exactly how it sounds. It's a relay race. I would love a new game mode like that. I feel like that's something I have yet to see in a racing game. Maybe it is out there. Maybe we do have an equivalent. Maybe we even have it in Mario Kart World. I just didn't explore it enough. I don't think we do. You know what I'm saying? But, I would love to see a relay race type situation. I think that would be really, really fitting for something like Mario Kart World. Okay, I just double checked to make sure that I wasn't crazy. We do not. So, yes, I would love a relay race mode. I think that would be cool for Sonic Racing Crossroads as well. That's not how I meant to start that sentence, but that's how I'm ending it. But I would still love to see that specifically for Mario Kart World because the way they have it set up would be perfect for a relay race situation. I feel like, oh my god, bro, the toxicity would go crazy, but it would be so fun, man. It would be so cool. I really, really do think that, right? So that's where my head's at in terms of like a new game mode, just something, because in all honesty, I feel like one of the best ways to justify DLC would be to have a brand new game mode, something completely brand new to invest ourselves in, because everybody's been playing the same thing for the last year, and it's been Knockout Tour. Nobody else is doing pretty much anything else but Knockout Tour. It's the same thing every time. The streamer that I watch for the Games Cage, him and his chat, they are playing every day. I don't think they've missed a day of Mario Kart World. All of them must have the most ridiculous hours in that game of anybody on this planet so far. I really do think that. Oh, Big stretch? Big stretch. All right. Sorry, I have my friend's dog here that I've been babysitting for the last couple of weeks. She is right under my desk, but I decided to record anyway, so she might make a noise or a peep every now and again. She doesn't bark or anything, but either way. So that's what I'm thinking in terms of that, right? Of course, though, we got to move on to the more, obvious stuff. I do want more tracks just like anybody else. Obviously, I want reference tracks to Mario Kart 8, to Mario Kart 7, to just other Mario Kart games, Double Dash and stuff like that. Mario Kart Tour even. I want to see more, reference tracks or bring back more tracks and things like that. Because, it is very weird that we have more tracks in Tour and 8 than we do in Mario Kart World. And Mario Kart World is supposed to be, an entire world, right? That's kind of ridiculous. So it's about time we get a massive overhaul in terms of tracks and design and things like that. Obviously, with that, we would probably get a bunch of new music. It is more than time to get some new music too. Although the music in World is genuinely phenomenal. Like, don't even get it twisted. That music is fire, bro. It's straight up gas, right? So that's where my head is at with that. Obviously, everybody's thinking the exact same thing. If we were to get DLC, the primary thing that we would get is tracks. Now, I feel like it would be kind of a weird situation to just kind of add these tracks to what we already have now. So I think it would probably be a good idea to add, realistically, probably another island. You know what I'm saying? Like a completely separate island that has its own world to explore, its own complete subsection of new medals to collect, new challenges, and brand new tracks, completely brand new stages that are just made up of that island. They do not need to interconnect with the one that we have now. If they wanted to, obviously we could have like a massive, massive bridge, but we kind of already have that, right? We already have one of the stages is a stupid long bridge. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it'd be kind of redundant to add something like that. So I think I'd be fine with having a completely separate island, complete with its own unique set of tracks that could work for Knockout Tour, for relay races if we ever had it, maybe a new battle mode zone or something like that, maybe a new battle mode, who knows, I just feel like we could definitely make it work with new tracks if they were completely separate, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I feel like we should definitely have something like that. Also, now that I'm thinking of tracks, we don't have like a natural way of getting to Rainbow Road. Now that I think about it, right? I've been playing a lot of Knockout Tour. I haven't seen Rainbow Road in a very long time. Mind you, I unlocked Rainbow Road in single player. I went out of my way to do that, right? So, I don't know what needs to be done to make it so that Rainbow Road could be accessed more naturally, because that is a really beautiful stage. We just don't have it. Maybe we can give us another update that makes it so that we can have access to Rainbow Road more comfortably. I don't think that should be in paid DLC or anything like that, but if we're updating the game, that should definitely be part of a major overhaul update, right? Next thing on my mind is obviously cosmetics. It's more than time for some cosmetics updates, and I feel like this should be in a regular update anyway. They should kind of pull I think, did Sparking do this in their later update? But essentially, they need to have it packaged with each individual character so that when you click on the individual character, you can choose their outfits from them. Why am I scrolling through this massive menu? Why are we acting like there's a bunch of characters, like over 50, 60 characters? It's not. It's the same characters in different outfits. They don't have change stats or anything like that. It is strictly cosmetics that don't make any difference. Why is this menu separated like that? Fix that for me, please. This is atrocious, especially when I actually do want to wear a certain outfit I've been playing mostly Bowser and Bowser Jr. Those are my two guys. Why do I need to separate their outfits as if they're different characters entirely? They're not. We need an overhaul update on that too. I think this should just be like, no, I have it listed as DLC and updates that I need to see. So that's fine. Perfect. Okay, we're talking about updates too. That's a major update that I desperately need to see. I need to see a cosmetic situation in which we are able to individually pick the outfits from the character themselves. It is ridiculous that we are surfing through these menus to search for a different outfit on the same exact character. Fix that, please. Right? But generally speaking, we do need more cosmetics, right? And it's not like y'all gotta get creative. Steal from Mario Kart Tour. There are so many fun and crazy outfits available in Mario Kart Tour. It is astounding that we haven't seen half of those in Mario Kart World. Why are we wasting our time updating Mario Kart Tour in any capacity? I don't think it's still getting updated, but it still was for a good while. Why are we wasting our time updating that when we could see all of those cosmetics and builds in Mario Kart World, the biggest and best Mario Kart you have to date? Let's go ahead, let's get that fresh coat of paint on these characters and get all those cosmetics ported over. And even on top of that, we need to see some newer and fresher cosmetics for these characters, some outfits that we would never think to see on Mario or Luigi or Peach and Daisy and Bowser and stuff like that. DK, why does DK only have like 2 fits? What is that? DK is a massive rep within the world of Mario. Why does he not have more? That is pure insanity. Somebody needs to be sued and beaten up for that. Give that man more fits. Generally, yeah, that just needs an update and more additional content overall. I want more cosmetics. I don't think that's crazy to want to play as my version of Shy Guy or my original version of Bowser Jr. Or not original per se, but my own version. Like, there should be way more cosmetics than we have available right now. It's astounding that we're lacking in that department. This should easily have been the biggest and the best aspect of Mario Kart World, is how many cosmetics we have available to us. Instead, I mean, I'm not going to say they wasted time and design on, Mario baddies, but that was just an excuse to, beef up the roster with characters nobody's touching. Respectfully, there's too many characters on that roster that nobody is using. I can't, I'm not going to sit here and lie to myself, right? And you're not going to sit there and lie to yourself. There's so much there that we're just not using, right? So, I don't know. I just feel like we could definitely use that major update, right? And then the last thing on my mind, and the most obvious, it's time for some more characters too. And this one definitely has to be DLC, right? But I don't know. I've had debates and stuff like that with friends and things like that on who should be available in Mario Kart as characters. And the thing about like Mario Kart 8 is that they had guest characters, you know what I'm saying? We had Link, you know what I'm saying? Crazy that we didn't have Zelda. We had the Squid Kids, right? We had Animal Crossing Villager, and we had Isabelle, right? Why don't we have guest characters in this one? Where did they go all of a sudden? You would think Tears of the Kingdom Link would be a prime fit for what we've got going on in Mario Kart World. That would be super sick to have a Link or a Tears of the Kingdom base stage, right? Another Splatoon stage would be fire. That would be so much fun if it were part of the world. Hell, if we were to have like a super mega DLC island like what I was mentioning earlier, we could have those guest characters tracks all integrated there. It would be so cool to have something like that, right? But we definitely need some guest characters. I would love to see Link again. It would be really sick to see Zelda, obviously, on their bikes. You know what I'm saying? Squid Kids would be fire to see back. You know what I'm saying? We are getting Splatoon Raiders very soon, so what better way to advertise that than to give us a major DLC where the Squid Kids are available again, and then we'd be inclined to play a little bit of Splatoon when that drops in, what is that, July? So I'd be super ready for that. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Animal Crossing is... Well, I mean, we're not... I don't think we're getting anything major in terms of Animal Crossing content anytime soon. But obviously, Villager and Isabelle always welcome guests. You know what I'm saying? And then there are 2 primary candidates in terms of DLC that I have always so badly wanted to see in a Mario Kart game. And that would have to be, first off, I've talked about this before, but Kirby. It's so overdue that Kirby makes his way into Mario Kart World. How is he not here? He has a literal racing game on the same platform that you could steal assets from and just dump right into Mario Kart World on that second island that I've been talking about as stages, as a stage. Like, how? How have we not had that? It is incredible that Kirby didn't make it into Mario Kart 8. I'm going to be fuming if we get guest characters and we don't get Kirby this time. I will be beyond livid if Kirby doesn't make it. and we get guest characters this time. That makes genuinely zero sense. It's more than time for my boy to get some love, right? Especially because, him riding in karts, that can't be that hard to animate. And literally, oh my god, I'll lose my mind. Don't get me started on the Warp Star being a rideable. Oh my god, don't sit there and tell me that any of the characters riding on the Warp Star wouldn't be the sickest thing, or a variation of the halberd turned into a cart would be the rawest thing I have ever witnessed. Oh my god, please do it, right? Also, straight up, the halberd could be a ship. I'm sorry, it could be a stage. Straight up, make the halberd a stage. It could be so sick as a stage. That thing is legendary. Please, please, please make it a thing if that's possible. I would love to see it in some capacity. If we were to get Kirby content of any kind in Mario Kart World, yeah, the halberd would be the one, as either as a cart or as a stage or something. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, as a stage, I feel like, like what's that? Green? What's the name of that? Like, usually the first stage, like the first stage in Kirby's Return to Dreamland, or even like the first stage in Kirby's Forgotten Land, right? Either or. I would love to see that as a potential, content potential for Kirby DLC, right? Obviously, the next one is a little bit more unrealistic, but I'm still going to say it anyway. They're good rivals, and I feel like them being in each other's games would be super raw, but I think it makes more sense for one to be in the other, and that would be Sonic. Obviously, no joy. Sonic would be a prime candidate for a character in Mario Kart World. That, getting the Sonic fans back into Mario Kart World after them getting their own race, dude. Don't get me started. Don't even get me started. Man, I know it would be redundant. It would be kind of ridiculous. I'm not even going to I don't even want to put this out there because of how ridiculous it would be, especially because we have Sonic Racing Cross World. Oh, you want to do that? Just go play Sonic Racing Cross. I want to play Mario Kart World. And I want to see these mechanics with this very specific character and this specific kart in Mario Kart World. I would love to see Extreme Gear. Oh my god, bro. I'm just like, why are video game companies afraid to cross over with each other nowadays? I know that everybody's a competition, but we can still make these games fun. They can still be such a good time. And I feel like aesthetically, it would be so sick to have like one thing of Extreme Gear. It's kind of weird that we don't have like more varied. No, we have bikes and stuff like that, but I would love to see, like, if they were to add like a like a cloud to ride on or something like that. I'm getting ahead of myself. The point is, I would love Sonic as a character available in Mario Kart World. I think he fits the aesthetic. He would be really fun to utilize. Obviously, they don't even need to get any voice lines for him because they easily could. You know what I'm saying? It's not like Roger wouldn't have a problem doing anything like that. He would absolutely do it. But I would just love to see that. I mean, it just makes too much sense. It really, really does. But I've yammered on enough. You know what I'm saying? I think my general intentions and thoughts and ideas are very much out there. And now that it's been a very long time since we've seen any real content updates for Mario Kart World outside of like, the general changes and fixes that they've done to Knockout Tour and just making the game generally more bearable to play with friends and things like that, which is all good and dandy. It's more than time that we receive official updates in DLC that could elevate the game to new heights and make it, more worth coming back to on a regular basis. And I think starting with a lot of this stuff for DLC would be an effective way to do that. And, I think I was recording this and I'm positive I mentioned the concept of events, right? I don't remember if I said it earlier, so I apologize if I am repeating myself here. But just in case I didn't say it in this version of the recording, I do think that some form of events where we could unlock, cosmetics and little things here and there could be a very good way to justify coming back consistently. You know what I'm saying? Look at Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. They've kept that game alive good and well for a very long time, solely through events. Straight up. They've done a very good job at that too. So I would love for Mario Kart World to get a very similar treatment. Like, just follow the leader, these are both racing games. It's okay to take ideas from one another. That's not a bad thing, right? So either way, I've said my piece. That's where my head's at. I want to see more content from Mario Kart World. I've been having a lot of fun with it lately, and I do want to see more, and I'm excited to see more because you know, once I really get cracking with, you know, just more knockout tour and stuff like that with friends and things like that, I would really like to see what they could whip out of the old idea machine and give this game a new breath of fresh air, a new lease on life, if they can manage it. But that's just where my head's at. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm passing the mic over in your direction, and I want you guys to tell me everything that you're thinking in the comment section below. Do you agree that the content and general DLC ideas that I have pitched here could be a good way to give Mario Kart World a little bit of new life? It could definitely incentivize you to come back to the game, and it could make it a lot more fun for you. It could make it a good time for you and your friends. Or are you on the opposing side? Mario Kart World is just fine as is. It doesn't need DLC. It doesn't need updates. It's perfect as is. Leave it alone, and we're perfectly fine. Tell me everything that you're thinking in the comment section below, because you know for a fact that I'm always going to be down there with you guys. But with that, it does appear to be Skadadle o'clock, so I'm going to go ahead and do just that. I'd like to thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the greatest favor of dropping a like and a comment, and consider subscribing for more content just like this here. And with that, I'm gone. So thanks again, hope you enjoyed, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the greatest favor, taking good ass care, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!